Trouble down. Trouble down.
I don't know. Hello. 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 Check.
Franco, Maloney.
Yeah, hi. We're still called MK Ultra from Chicago, the center of the world.
Is that illegal? You guys emo?
Alright, feel free to come a little closer if you'd like. If not, that's fine.
Yeah, fuck you, New York. Pull out your fucking ass.
Frank, nice head.
Ready?
Like it locked.
Once again, MK Ultra, Chicago.
Look alive, everyone. Hey, Kurt. Hey, Kurt. Your Band-Aid's coming off.
Anyway,
Stay away from the New York covers.
don't worry, nothing ever good came out of New York. Once again,
Chicago, I hear you calling.
once again, we put to rest another hardcore band. Hardcore is dying, folks. Evil kids are ruining it. Thugs are fucking ruining it. Everything's getting so fucking divided that we can't even be in the same room. It sucks. It's boring. I like when there are different bands playing. People get along and have fun together. 7 Seconds said it best, I guess.
Is that on the Warped Tour?
Yeah. Yeah. This song's called. Oh shit. The song's called Melt. It's off of our second 7-inch. Thank you very much, everyone, for coming out and supporting DIY Hardcore. This next song is called Where Were You in '92? It goes out to all the old school kids that I think just because they're, old enough to go to a bar and drink, 21, or old enough to have a family and all this other stuff, that they know everything about hardcore. To me, hardcore has always been about what's in your heart, not what's in your record collection. So that's what this song's about.
Sorry, Nate.
It's better. Does it work? Hello?
There's another mic around someplace, yeah.
There's another mic. Try not to break that one.
This one's okay.
Quit breathing in it so long.
Sorry.
Turn up the bass.
I'll stop breathing when you guys stop producing heat.
Turn up the breath.
You'd love my high breath on your neck, son.
I've seen you in your
Yeah.
break down it.
Those American flag boxes.
Anyway, American flag.
Raise that flag.
Hey, you're at half mast, Pally. This song's called Fuck Decaf. It goes out to everybody that works for a living.
Play one off the demo. Did I say knob? Yeah, 4 of them. They found want me to name names? So docile. So fucking
Yeah.
lackadaisical. Fire blocking.
Unfortunately, we're on our way home now. Unfortunately, we're not a crust band with no jobs. We have to go back to work to support ourselves, but for 2 weeks a year, we get to do what we love, and somehow that sustains us through the other 50. And if we didn't love this, we would have stopped long ago, but this shit means a lot to us, and it will continue to mean a lot to us. So it's just a tribute to the power of hardcore, I guess. Oh, hold on. We broke a string.
Have Mark tell a joke. A bad joke.
Hey, bring McNaughton up.
No fucking jokes. Well, this is going to be a second. This new song we're going to play, it doesn't have a name yet, but it's about how the pro-life movement is getting a foothold in this scene, and how Christian bands and just generally meathead bands are starting to promote this anti-choice rhetoric. And it's disappointing to me that people are listening to this bullshit. The reason that I'm attracted to hardcore is at least the lip service given to equality. Might not be a reality yet, but we have to keep working on it. I just think that these people that are pushing this legislation in Congress, these old rich white men, do not speak for women, really. There are very few women in legislative power, and they're steadily chipping away at our rights as human beings. One of the most fundamental of those rights is the right to do what you want with your own body and to not be a slave to biology. And that's the agenda that they're pushing, and that's what this song is about. It's about trying to put yourself in those shoes. And it's not really a pro-abortion song, because I'm not really necessarily for abortion. However, I will fight and I will be vocal in opposition to people that want to sever women's rights. And abortion's not an easy choice, and it's not the... Now, it might seem sexist to you for a boy, a young man to be on stage talking about women's rights. I think that the problem with a lot of things is that we are divided amongst ourselves, and that seems to me like that's the way the ruling class wants us to be, as separated. So I think we need to, boys and young men in this crowd, need to view women's struggles as our own struggles. On kind of a less serious note, I'd have to say that people in the Northeast are the single worst drivers in the entire country.
New Jersey, definitely.
New Jersey for sure. Those fuckers in Canada are insane, by the way. The song is about... Yeah. We're in fucking France Junior.
Sorry, buddy.
So this song is about like fighting your way to traffic every day. Fighting your way through traffic to get to work. You know, that's what this song's about. You know what? A lot of people have lost their sense of humor with this scene. They take themselves so fucking seriously, and they get burned out on it because the world does not change overnight. A lot of times the best you can do is change yourself, change the people around you, and just talk about what you're feeling. So don't burn out on hardcore by taking yourself too seriously. Step back, make fun of yourself, stuff like that. Play in backyards in Pittsfield, Massachusetts, with bulldog puppies moshing. This goes out to everybody in Albany. DYS. Is this working still? You know, a lot of times people bag on straight edge and hardcore being a boys club mentality. A lot of times it is. And I was, you know, part of that when I was a kid. But as you grow older, you kind of are more willing to listen and talk to people and gain new points of view. So I was kind of hesitant to play Brotherhood because it kind of comes off as a sexist song. But the more I thought about it, the more it's just about friendship and like having a common experience that you share. And there's nothing wrong with feeling camaraderie. I'm glad people still know that song. This song is called Husky. It's off our split LP with Seeing Red, which we are selling if you don't already have it. Okay. It just goes out to all the fat kids, all those fat guys that suffered through fucking beatings in junior high. So that's what that's about. Before we go, I just wanted to thank Nate and the rest at Devoid of Fate. It's really sad to lose another hardcore band. There are like fucking 10 left. But everybody that's doing bands here, keep up the good work because we need to keep our ranks going strong.